very exciting for us over in the West next weekend. There's Froth and Fury.
Pretty damn excited here as well.
It's been a wonderful year. Last time we spoke, you told me that there was news coming about Nailbomb and also some exciting news for 2026, but I didn't think it would be another tour so soon, and also being able to see one of my favorite albums live on stage. It's it's crazy. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a huge party, and let's hope everyone in Western Australia is going to be there to see it. Um,
Oh yeah.
plus we've got the latest album as well, so we'll talk about that as well. But first of all, when do you set off?
What's that?
When do you set off to see us?
Well, we made one nail bomb show in LA.
Hmm.
It's a bit of a practice show, you know. But it's gonna be cool because it's sold out already, and so it's gonna be a great warm up show, and then after that we come to see you guys, you know. So I think the nail bomb show is on the 20th.
Yeah.
The 19th or the 20th, I'm not entirely sure, but after that, we're coming, mate. It's gonna be great. We're super
It
excited.
it is as well. I mean, it's great to get a medal festival like this as well in Western Australia. We often get overlooked. We miss out on a lot of stuff over here, so it's
I
fantastic.
heard it's a great festival too. I heard really good things about it.
Last year was sensational, and looking at the lineup for this year, it, it's perfect for lovers of heavy music. So if you love that kind of stuff, it's pretty unmissable. It's not going to be too hot either, so it's going to be great for festival goers as well. Um,
All
I
right.
do have to ask, one of the things that always intrigues me is anniversaries. And I just realized that it must be 30 years next year that Soulfly formed.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
The not 2027.
Mm,
It was formed in 97. First record came out in 98.
mm.
Uh, but you know, I started making noise, making demos and stuff like that in 97. So yeah, so that's cool. Hopefully I get to prepare something special for that as well. You know, it'd be cool to maybe play the first record entire in its entirety. Everybody loves the first Soulfly record, including me. I think it's a cool record. It's a very strange record to me. I feel that I don't know from I understand how much people like it, but
Mm.
for me, it's a very it's kind of a schizophrenic kind of record. Uh, I feel that is kind of like it goes in so many directions throughout the whole thing. You know, it's very bipolar in a good way, not in a bad way. Um, but yeah, I'm proud of it. I can't believe that we are on our 13 record, man. It's crazy. CHAMA is our 13 album. We expect to play a lot of CHAMA stuff in Australia. Hopefully the crowd will dig it. Um, I really enjoyed the record a lot. And time just flying by. It's crazy. You know, it's insane how fast it's going.
It is. It's a wonderful record. I loved it. And to me, it's one of my favorite Soulfly albums for many years. It all seems to have just come together beautifully. I mean, we got all the stuff that we expected, but also I actually like really loved the production. I thought it was it sounded great. It sounded sort of like swampy and heavy and sort of wonderfully mixed. What were you pleased how it came out?
And that was one of the things that we wanted to do it differently this time, without putting the last records down. There's nothing wrong with them, but we wanted to make a record that stands on its own sonically, and that was the decision to have Zion producing the album. Really kind of young, fresh ears, fresh blood. Um, with all the enthusiasm in the world, because to me that's the main requirement to be a good producer. Just give a shit,
Mm,
just
mm.
love what you're doing, just have passion for the project. And he came with all the passion in the world, and I love his ideas because they were so unconventional. They took me for a loop, man. It was like I was like, so yeah, so you want me to record the riff, and then we're gonna do a passage of noise, guitar noises on top of it. It's like, yes, exactly that. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then we mix all the noises with it, and that's why I think the album is so crazy sounding, but in a cool way, in a very uh I almost like gave like an edge, like almost like a darkness to
Mm.
to the to the record, and made also, I think, it's a very heavy album for being my 13th album. I feel that the record, the songs came out real heavy. Like I love the heaviness of it, the just how raw it is. And I think that's that is my world. I live in this world of rawness and heaviness, and just like kind of like the extreme side of metal that I love. And I think Shama has a lot of that. Very, very cool, very cool record to work with, to just discover that you could do. There's a different way to record albums than it was done in the past. That was a big surprise for me.
I loved Arthur's drums as well. They were a standout for me. They sounded great on the album.
See, that was cool because I wasn't there when he made all those. I was on tour. Yeah, I took off on tour. I think I had to go do some Cavalera dates, and I told Zion, you go put some percussion on this thing, man. Make it pop, make it like the early Soulfly stuff. So he added all that percussion himself, which is amazing. Because on the first and second record and Prophecy, we hire a percussionist to be on those albums.
Okay.
And then Zion just did it himself, which is amazing.
Mm.
Sounds just great. And I love that they were able, between him and Arthur Rizek, they were able to mix everything in a really equal way that you can hear everything, and all the instruments really matter. And yeah, it was cool. It was a cool process to make this record. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it sounds like they really understood the material. I mean, it does like really bring it to life for me. It's fantastic. One of my issues with the Froth and Fury Festival is we only get to watch Soulfly for an hour. Now, if I was to write a set list, it would probably be about 3 or 4 hours long. How do you
Right.
choose?
Yeah.
How can you possibly choose? It's crazy.
Well, I haven't done yet. We got all the songs lined up. We got, just kind of feel it, man. Feel the ones that you think is gonna hit the hardest, better for a festival setting. Uh, of course, the headline shows are going to be different. We get to play longer, so
Mm.
we get to play some more deep cuts and all that other stuff. But we are actually, Soulfly is actually does really good in festivals. So surprisingly, it's always fun, and I think that somehow, like, the crowd just really enjoyed the kind of like the freedom that the Soulfly set has, as this kind of uh you kind of like almost like you get a pass and you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want, like so there's people headbanging, mosh pitting, crowd surfing, um, jumping up and down. A lot of jumping goes in the soulfly set because a lot of the songs have these incredible grooves. But yeah, it's gonna be it's always a challenge to make the perfect set list, and sometimes you forget a song or two that would have been cool to add it. But I think we're gonna be all right. I think we'll find the right tracks for the festival. And we are very cool way to start the year too. I couldn't think of a cooler way to
No.
start 26 than to go to Australia and kick this thing in, and then we have a tour with Gore here in America in after that. So it looks like it's gonna be another heavy touring year for me, which is great. I love it. It's what I do, It's what I live for. It's what I'm here for. Um, but yeah, coming in and starting and with both bands too, because I love Nailbomb as well. The Point Blank records to me is one of the coolest things I've done, and it's so fun to play that stuff. So to play that and Soulfly together, it's yeah, I mean, very very happy and excited for these shows.
What's it going to be like though doing double duties? I mean, you come off one stage, and I think you're actually on a different stage. I'm not sure. I think that you sort of like move from one to the other for the
I
for
hope
this.
so. I hope so. That makes it more exciting.
It's
Um,
it's incredible. It's one of my favorite albums of the 90s, I think. The Nail Ball record. I've never seen it before. I'm so excited to see that. And obviously it predates Soulfly by by a few years.
yeah. And it's a different vibe too.
Mm,
The Nail Bomb vibe is very. It's got that whole industrial machinery, very on the grid, which is completely opposite of Soulfly. Soulfly is off the grid. Soulfly there's no click tracks. It's the speeds go up and down naturally, organically, and not Nail Bomb. Nail Bomb is mostly on the grid. I think Jarvis, the drummer, plays with a click track, if I'm not wrong. So the samplers hit all at the same time.
yeah.
But it's such a fun record, and especially like it has aged extremely well with the shit state of the world. The record aged amazingly well. You can those lyrics they fit now more than when we made the record. 24-hour bullshit,
Yeah.
world of shit, wasting away, cockroaches. They fit the world now better than before, which is crazy to think that. But musically talking, which is where I love the most about it, I just love the just pure punk rock fury, man.
Mm,
Because this record is very rooted in punk.
yeah.
It was me and Alex, we love punk rock, and we were totally into making uh, you know, this collaboration between the punk, angry element of punk and the noise machinery of industrial. And I think those two worlds they live connected. They're connected anyway.
Mm,
And it was cool to put it together. Um, and when we play those songs live, the crowd just it goes off, man. It's gonna be incredible. Yeah, we did it in the summer in Europe. We did Bloodstock and Walking, and it was amazing. It was really really cool, and it's cool also to see young kids that were not even born when that album came out. They love it. They love Nail Bomb. They love the record, and they want to feel it. They want to be part of the experience that they were not there. Similar to me when I was 1 year old, Black Sabbath released their first record. So I wasn't a fan of Black Sabbath for another 10 years.
mm.
Took 10 years to catch up to it, but. I understand why they love that. You know, they want to be part of that because there was a magic moment in the 90s that where when we made Nail Bomb, it was a cool moment in time where those worlds were colliding. You know, the hardcore metal industrial shit was all colliding, and it was perfect to make that record.
It was a great time when I think for the first time since the 70s that there was such freedom as far as music was concerned. Those early days of the 90s. What keeps you going? Do you still get that massive surge of adrenaline when you hit the stage these days? Is it the same as it
Oh
was
yeah,
when you were younger?
still get nervous as hell, throw up. You know, freaking is a good uh is a good uh anxiety that there's two kinds of anxiety that you can get. You can get bad anxiety that's everybody knows about it, you know. And then there's this kind of anxiety that you get before a show. And it's kind of fun. Your stomach is really like you know, really in knots and you're very nervous. But the minute you hit the crowd, you hit the stage and the roar of the crowd comes in, it's game on, man. I don't think about anything else, you know. I need it. I need to hear that roar of the crowd is like oxygen to me, you know. Uh it's so it's it I fucking love it, man. I love that I get to do this for a living, man. It's amazing. And it's people ask me like, is it why you keep doing? And that is why. It's as simple as that, you know. It's as simple as there's nothing that compares to the rush that you get when you're on that stage, you know. And it's regardless of what size. It can be a small stage, or can be a big festival. I get the same rush no matter what. You know, it's like it's about connecting with the right people through the music and it makes everything into one. We're all part of the one thing, you know. It's almost like, you know, I don't want to sound it too dramatic, but kind of like religious experience kind of it. You know, it's like very, very tribal even, you know, that really everybody connected with the same purpose. And that's like, you know, I'm not good at anything else. I don't know how to do anything else good. So this is what I do. So yeah, hell yeah, I enjoy the tour. I enjoy traveling. I'm not one of those guys that grow that does so much that get burned out. I try as much as I can not to get burned out and really enjoy because you never know when it ends, you know. So I'm gonna enjoy every second of it.
Yeah. So looking ahead, I mean, we've got a wonderful body of music from you so far. Have you got anything else like on the back burner? Is there another project you've always wanted to do but's never happened for whatever reason?
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was actually watching a Paul Simon video,
Oh, wow.
and it was really interesting because I'm a big fan of Graceland
Mm,
and Rhythm of the Saints. Um, and when he wrote Graceland, he was in his mid 50s, I believe. Um, and people had kind of like written him off, you know, like they thought his best days were all over, which was the stuff with Simon and Garfunkel and all the hits, you know, he had it before. And so he made like a second life with Graceland, you know. I kind of I love watching things like that because it kind of gives me hope that there's better things coming in the future. There's you know there's ways to get other things and nothing wrong with what I've done. I'm super proud of the works, all the Sepultura records and Killer BQ and Nail Bomb, Go Ahead and Die, Soulfly. That's great. But I still the chase, you know, the chase is what makes it interesting.
yeah.
Um, that you can still find the magic, you know, to do something that surprises even yourself, you know. And that never gets old. That never gets old. The chase never stops. And that's kind of like a thing that it's really cool is the inspiration to always try to be inspired as much as you can whenever you're gonna make a record. Uh, tour is different. Touring, you don't need to be that inspired, because you're not creating new body of music. You're playing stuff that's already written. So you just gotta worry about perform them very well, you know. But yeah, but I love both. I don't know which one I like more. I don't know. I probably like touring a little more, just because I get to really just do uh, what I love and know that that's there. And creating new music is always a bit, it's a bit scary all the time. But yeah, I like to think that better things are still to come, and also that kind of drives me to the future.
It sounds like there's some interesting stuff to come, and it sounds like the passion's still there, which is fantastic. And that's
Yeah, I don't have any projects set up yet, but yeah,
Mm.
I like to do some stuff, you know.
Would you do something that's very different, potentially?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There is some things that I thought about it, um, that just gotta be at the do it be done the right way at the right time.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I just really I love jamming. First of all, I like jamming with people, jamming in general, and with different musicians and stuff like that. That's why I have so many bands, as you noticed.
Yeah,
Killer Be Killed, Go Ahead and Die,
yeah,
Soulfly, Nailbomb, all that. Um, I get to jump from one to the other, and it's different guys on all those bands. Even Australia now, Nailbomb is a group of people, and Soulfly is another group of
yeah,
people.
yeah,
And I just love to interact with all of them, man. It's great. It's amazing. It's a really really cool thing because I think music is a there's something really pure and magic about music that nothing else gives me that rush, you know?
yeah. Do the same things inspire you these days as did back in the 90s? I mean, the passion's obviously the same, but like,
Yeah.
do you want to, is there a story, has the story changed, I guess? Is there something else?
Not really. Not really. I'm a curious man by nature. That's why, even watching things like Paul Simon
Mm,
documentaries
mm,
and stuff like that always inspire me. Um, as far as the music goes, yeah, I'm always on the lookout for new things and um, you know, sounds and records that really pique my interest. Um, and then you get influenced by them, and sometimes it's a higher volume of influence. Sometimes it's less. It depends on what year it is. But I think in general, I always kind of been the same guy. Like I haven't really changed much. So I'm actually 17-year-old trapped on a 56-year-old body. Uh, because I, you know, I don't let the other stuff outside of metal, the politics of music and all that. I don't let that destroy the purity of why I fell in love with this music in the first place, you know? And that's something that it's sacred to me. And I fight tooth and nail to keep that thing sacred alive, that kind of that 17-year-old Max Cavalera that just loves metal is actually a nerd. I'm actually a nerd, like I like all the things about metal. I like to study it and learn. I think you always learning, man. You never
yeah,
stop
yeah,
learning.
yeah.
Always. There's always somebody can tell you that you go, I never look at it like that way. That's cool. I'm gonna apply that to my life, there's always that. So, it's great. It's an amazing world, and you just gotta keep your ears and your eyes open for the inspiration to come and then use it, you know?
Yeah, I think you're right. And for us at the other end, like listening to an album like CHAMA last year was like the wonder never ends. It's like it's down to people like you that keeps this music alive, and not just keep it alive, but keeps it fresh, and not just keeps it fresh for the kids, but keeps it fresh for the older guys like me
Right on.
who've
Yeah,
loved it for
appreciate
a very
that.
long time. It's wonderful. It's always fantastic to speak to you. I hope the show in was it in LA you were playing Nailbomb?
Yeah, yeah. We have a nail bomb show with Big Ass Truck, I think is a hardcore band.
Yeah.
Open up, great name. And
It is
and then we are off to Australia right after that. So I
cool.
think it's gonna be like 25 of us in the back on the airplane. So I expect some riots in the Qantas airplane.
It'll be great. It's always wonderful to speak to you, Max. Thank you so much for your time, mate. And I shall see you next Saturday.
Thank you. Take care, right? All the
Take care, my
best.
friend. Thank you.